Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. It's Wednesday, May 17th. I had a comment come in on one of my previous videos from Claire R. asking me to read on Jenna Ellis. Jenna Ellis is a former Trump lawyer, and apparently she is being subpoenaed to be deposed in a lawsuit brought by Shay Moss and Ruby Freeman, who were a pair of election workers in Georgia that were part of a conspiracy theory, if I'm not mistaken, that they somehow switched votes or smuggled votes in. Basically, that they were part of a voter fraud scheme in Georgia. Now, these two women have brought a lawsuit against Rudy Giuliani, amongst others, and they're trying to depose Ms. Ellis because she has information that's going to be needed as part of this trial. Now, Jenna Ellis has been doing her best to avoid being served the subpoena. She's just disappeared. She's quite capable of posting on social media, but just can't seem to be found at her address ever. To the point where these women have hired a private investigator to hunt her down, and they still have not been successful over a week. So Judge Beryl Howell, this is a name that's familiar. She's come up numerous times in the investigations over the last few years. She is now allowing the lawyers for these two women to start serving the subpoenas via her old lawyers, social media, and other ways to try and get her email addresses to try and serve the subpoena so that she can be deposed. And honestly, I think the law really needs to revisit the subpoena and how people can dodge it by trying to go into hiding, basically. Something needs to be done to change that, because this is just ridiculous. Maybe a fine and a month in jail for every day that you don't show up. I know, whatever it needs to be, there needs to be some teeth in it to compel people that hiding from it's going to actually be worse than testifying for it. Something. Law and order and all that. Okay, so what's the current situation with Jenna Ellis? Now, mind you, this is not a very MAGA-friendly, it's not a MAGA-friendly channel at all. So I doubt you have a real strong opinion on Jenna Ellis. You have a stronger opinion on Rudy and a much stronger opinion on Donald Trump. If you think Donald Trump can't be criticized ever and he's the best president we've ever had, you're in a cult. You're not going to like this video. You're going to want to leave and stop watching now. If you are at least open-minded and like Donald Trump, but you can understand that he doesn't do things well, you might stick around. Maybe you'll learn something. Something you're not going to normally get on the right-wing conservative news media. I'm not here to change your mind. I'm just here to give you insight that's different than maybe what you're used to. Everyone else, grab your popcorn and let's see. Okay, Spirit, what's going on with Jenna Ellis? What's she doing? For entertainment purposes only. Okay, so there's the backroom dealings. It's working with people to stay out of sight, staying in the background. I don't know if her lawyers are trying to reach out and negotiate things, but this is more, I think, her in hiding. And people are helping her hide. She's not doing it on her own. She's getting help. And that's crossed with, here comes the subpoena. Hey, we need you. We need you to come out now, friends. And, of course, Johnny views the Knight of Cups as the false friend. And when you're being served a subpoena, that's not exactly friendly things. But this is, right now, we're on target. We're on target that she's hiding and she's trying to avoid something that's being given to her. In this case, it's the form of the subpoena. In the past, we have the Ten of Swords. Okay, so things have not been going well for Jenna. And you might expect that's the case. Is she also the lawyer that signed off on Trump's deposition, saying that he had turned over all the papers, all the secret documents? I'm going to pause and check that real quick. Be right back. Okay, we're back. Sorry. Doing a little bit of research. I don't know if she's the one that signed off on it, but she did go on Fox News and all sorts of all sorts of news shows saying that he didn't have those documents. And then later admitted in court that, yeah, she was lying. And that he said the documents were declassified. You don't trust a con man. You just don't. Sure, not really bright. Okay, well, yeah. Life's been coming to an end for her. She's gotten herself into a lot of trouble, and she's done it to herself. That's what happens when you play with Donald Trump. Hello, meet the bus. Current situation. Hiding. You know, not me. I'm not hanging upside down in this tree. I'm an opossum. She's playing possum. She's hiding. Trying to get this really a great card. Never thought of it as an opossum before. She's playing possum. Or she's being like a bat. She's hanging upside down by her feet. I know it's a willing sacrifice, but it's more she's hiding. She's just trying to avoid everything. Overarching energy. She knows, I think, that if she gets caught, the game is over. She's kind of the center of attention right now as everybody's looking for her, but this game of cat and mouse is a game she needs to win in order to get into further trouble. I don't know how you win on this. I guess there's a certain amount of time for Shay Moss and Ruby Freeman to depose her, and she's trying to run out the clock. I think that's what's going on with this. But the lesson to be learned is you, honey, are going to be left out in the cold. When they get you, and they will get you, this is telling me right now that she hasn't learned her lesson. She's been turned away by Trump world, and when she is caught, she is in a world of trouble. And that's trouble with the law, amongst other things. Outcome, she's trapped. This is a prison of her own making. Not only is it a prison because she has to kind of hide from people, but if and when she's caught, she has done this to herself, and she's going to have problems because she keeps sneaking off, thinking that she can get away without being served that subpoena. My impression is that she is going to get served that subpoena, and the judge is not going to be happy about this. Not even a little bit. And she's going to have some splaining to do. And I don't think the judge is going to be suffering any foolishness from this woman. I hit her. I don't know. Can you hit him with contempt on that one straight off the bat? I might even have her incarcerated for the duration, because, you know, if she didn't show up, she's ducking the subpoena. She may not show up to court. So maybe the court has to hold her in custody until everything's said and done. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Really should be the new motto. Okay, how's Jenna feeling? Like we care. Okay, I'm sorry, Spirit. Could you let me know how Jenna's feeling? So, or can I share with my viewers how Jenna is currently feeling? I imagine she's going to have more of that Eight of Swords energy going on there. These cards, let's see. Does it really want to stay on top? No. Okay. How is Jenna feeling? Let's see. She's trying to be strong. She's trying to maintain her hiding, maintain her strength, but there's probably a lot of pressure on her to do this, and it's going to be sapping her strength and sapping her will. What's underneath it? Things are happening fast, and this is also messages happening fast too. Why? Because the government said, hey, we can subpoena you via social media, via email, via phone calls, via your lawyers. There's going to be all sorts of messaging coming through because the government has given these women's lawyers carte blanche to do that. And here's the judge saying, yep, hey, you get your butt in here, girl. And it's going to be a huge burden. She's trying to hide. It's a huge burden. It's exhausting on her. The judge is here. You can get her by any means necessary because I said so. Yeah, this is not going to last long. I don't think she's going to be in hiding for much longer. Okay, so how's the judge going to treat her once Jenna shows up? Once she's served her subpoena and shows up in court, how is Judge Howell going to react? is Judge Howell going to react to Jenna Ellis once that subpoena is served and this woman is in court? I wouldn't want to be pissing the judge off like that. Oh, good Lord. Man, if my kids were acting like this... Okay. Judge Howell. Here she is. How's Judge Howell feeling? She's really disappointed. Really disappointed that somebody like a lawyer is behaving this way. This is not how you do it. Can you be disbarred for something like this? Here's that subpoena. Remember that subpoena we were sending to you? And you were hiding from it? Girl, you thought you were going to win. There's only one winner in this one, and that's Judge Beryl Howell. And there's that burden card again. Yeah, this is hard. This is hard. The judge ain't happy. The judge will win. And the judge has got a burden. I think the judge might actually do something about this. Okay. Anything else? Spirit. How about this case, Spirit? How is this case going to turn out for these two election workers? Will they win their case? Okay. You really want to stay on top? Okay, fine. Okay, so it's gonna be a longer trial. It's kind of a wait and see mindset. You know, this trial just might keep getting. This trial just may take a while for things to pan out. And that's crossed by the hermit because new information is going to be coming out. So there might be delays in the trial. Maybe when they depose Jenna Ellis, new information comes out and it causes a delay in the trial because new things have to be explored. You know, like if it involved Donald Trump, you know how that just tends to slow everything down to a crawl. So in the past, we have 6 cups. Is it naivety? It's just, you know, I actually really like this card. It's just back to a simpler time when people got along. And there was appreciation for election work. Yeah, that's what this is. This is appreciation for election workers. Now, they're out there volunteering their time, trying to help our democracy with their elections, and trying to make sure everybody's, you know, voice is heard and da 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 da. And you've got one political party that is just actively undermining our democracy. So that's what, you know, so election workers, current situation for these women, it's assessing all the information, assessing all the data, assessing all the evidence, making sure that everything's there that needs to be there. Now, again, and maybe that there's like another piece of evidence, like the one between this guy's legs that's come out there, or it's all new evidence that's come in and things need to be evaluated. But again, I think that there's going to be a delay in this case, and it looks like his information's come out. Now, that hermit could be, you know, Jenna Ellis hiding, but I think they get her. My previous readings, I believe they get her. Overarching energy. Okay, this is the end of a cycle. This is the end. We are done fooling around here. We'll see if the Ten of Swords comes up. You know, I've got the Four Swords, which is the coffin card, and over it is the death card. What if, you know, Rudy passes or something? You know, that might delay the trial a little bit. But assuming that nobody dies yet, I think it's just there's information that's brought out that really changes the complexity of this case. And there's going to be agreements. Oh, wow. I wonder if there's going to be an immunity type thing. Maybe Jenna Ellis is going to work on some immunity because what she has is a real bombshell. And she needs to work out a deal so that she's not held accountable for what's going on. Sorry for those who didn't see, it's the Two of Cups. This is about agreements and working together and such. Wow, outcome. There's Donald. There's Donald. Yep, Trump shows up. Trump shows up in this reading, and here is the government again. God, the same cards keep coming up. Okay, so what do we have? There's going to be a delay in this trial. Why? New information comes up. And it's the government, maybe the DOJ's like, we got to slow this down. Or maybe it's the Fani Willis Georgia election thing. But there's going to be a delay. We're talking about the election workers going on. There was currently an evaluation of the evidence that's going on here. But now, all of a sudden, something changes. Something's coming to an end. Something big happens. And that something big is going to involve an agreement, like a plea deal or something along those lines, because Donald is in the picture. Somebody has chained themselves to Trump, and this whole election thing is chained to Trump, right? This is Trump trying to show that the election was stolen, and these two women were vilified for that. Okay, so that's my thoughts on this one. Stick a pin in it. We'll see if this case gets delayed, or if I'm just not reading the cards right. You never know. Okay, but thank you for watching. If you're still here, I passed 800 subscribers. That's amazing. I went from 700 to 800 in less than a week. That's great. Trying to build on the momentum with that one. And again, I'm going to be on a live podcast with Sherry and Voices of the Swamp this Saturday at noon Pacific, 3 o'clock Eastern, and I'll throw a link up on my community page. Hopefully you can make it and we can interact and have a good time. All right, have a great night, and I'll catch you on the next reading. Bye-bye.